Welcome to the 142nd edition of Spooky Reviews from Spooky Ventures. This time around, I'm looking at the Blu-ray release of Cocaine Werewolf. I know, that title, right? First, it begs comparisons to Cocaine Bear, but this is nothing like some kind of copy of that movie. This comes from the Polonia brothers. I've mentioned before that the movies from that company are sort of a flavor all their own. They are very low budget, but often fun, if uneven. Well, this might be their most professional looking film to date. It also gains something from an association they have with Cleopatra, who released it. That company releases films on one side of their business, but they also have a record label. That means they got to use a lot of cool industrial and goth music in the soundtrack, which really adds to the experience. There is a lot of cocaine usage in this movie, but given that it's right there in the title, I can't imagine that's a big surprise to anyone. There is an interesting twist on the werewolf concept in that once bitten, it doesn't take a full moon to cause the person to transform. Instead, indulging in whatever their particular vice is will do it. This is packed full of little touches that just add so much to it for me. One of them is a nod in the storyline to the very first Wolfman movie. I'm not going to give it away, but fans of that film will certainly catch it. There are some great jabs at the whole indie horror filmmaking process. One scene that was included mostly for humor value that I loved was when the cast and crew of an indie movie being made are all wandering around trying to find signal for their cell phones. I have to think that it was intentional that they looked like zombies in a Living Dead movie. The gore level is pretty good here. This does include some gratuitous nudity. Then again, it adds to the whole poking fun of the indie film thing because it's sort of a mandatory kind of thing for those kind of movies. Now, when I talk about the humor side, don't think that this is a comedy horror. It's very much a pure horror type film. They just include plenty of comedic relief. While this movie has some moments that don't work as well as others, it's actually quite enjoyable. There are many things to like about it. In terms of bonus features, the main thing included is director commentary. People don't usually buy movies for the bonuses, though, and this main film is definitely worth having. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.